Good morning. Ron Janish here. Today is Monday, the 20th of February. The U.S. markets are closed due to the fact that we are celebrating President's Day. This means that things like the stock market, and here's the stock market, here's your ES, stock market is closed, and um, so, we'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, what I can show you is some of the positions that we have on and our guess as to what's going on in the future. Okay. Here's British pound. And what we're doing is we're showing you these here on what's called a 4-hour chart. Okay. British pound, as you can clearly see, has, uh, well, let's look at this on a bigger chart. Here's 8-hour. Okay, so as you can see, prices went up nicely here after it made this big old low, and it's been going sideways here for quite some time. Tony Blair, an interesting character, he used to be the head dude over there. He's out there saying, gee, people ought to be able to vote on the terms of the Brexit. So my guess is he's with the crowd that's anti-Brexit, and this kind of a thing could easily lead to a mindset in Britain that, gee, maybe the Brexit's a bad idea and it's time to drop the Brexit idea. Anyway, if that does happen, you can see a huge surge in the British pound. But in the meantime, notice that it's been up quite a bit, and it just did a little, well, wrong one. Let's see, what do we need here? There we go. Let's see what it actually did. Okay. If we take low here, high there, we can see that prices went down to the R1 line. Here's your 04. Here's your R1. All right, so it went nicely down to the R1 line, and it's been going sideways to upish ever since then. And you can see the numbers changing on here. That's because, let's see, we're long one position in this account here at a value of 12440, which I guess is right about here. Okay, give you some idea. And let's look at this a little bit further. Let's look at the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar is a little different. Up here was a significant reversal point. If you see over here, this was your high up here, okay? And notice that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you have a nice little EP in here. All right, good old Tom's favorite. Okay, so here's your EP. And so if you draw your 04 line, here's your R1. And prices going down to here would be a very interesting thing. And notice that position says short right here. So, and open profit of so and so much. And so we'll wait and see what happens here. I had 2 on for a while. Prices went down here, and I said, well, let's take some profits. Let's see what happens. For all my guess is that prices are going to try to go up again a little bit. And at that point, I'll consider whether or not I want to add the short that I had from way up here back on. Okay. So let's wait and see what happens here. Remember, this is your daily chart, okay, which suggests that this X down here is quite a ways away. Okay, and this X here is made of the R1 line and the median line. Very straightforward. Let's see what we have here that's next. Mexican peso, yes, Bob. Let's see the 4-hour. This one here reminds me that I'm long, +1. Let's see, at a value of about here. Okay, and so the theory is that this one will, let's look at this one on an 8-hour chart, and we can see it's okay. It's been going up, going sideways, and now perhaps up some more. Okay, and the theory is that it went down to the R1 line, and nice little bounce here. And if we can get a rock and roll up to new highs, that would be interesting. And by the way, we have some, if you have the expanded course material, we have some interesting things that we've added in there. One of the things that we've added recently is combining Andrews and Elliott, and we've done this in a very straightforward manner. We say, okay, Andrews says this is true and says this is true, and Elliott says this is true. Well, let's see what happens when these things are combined. And so you get to see an interesting way of combining Andrews and Elliott, very straightforward. And what we not only do you get to see it in the video, but what we did was we did a study, and we show you the study of us doing the study, saying, okay, let's take a look, just over the last, I don't know, however long we did it, in the various futures contracts, and you see what happened and see when it worked and when it didn't. And in the cases where it didn't, on a regular basis, so there's certain futures where it doesn't work and certain futures where it works like a charm. And the ones where it doesn't, you can see right away, either you avoid them or you make the appropriate adjustments. Okay, so that's there to help you out. So here's your gold. Remember this guy here, I went long, and it's 123.39, so about 1224 is about where I went long, which is be a value of about, right over here. Right, I went long here, and then prices went down, did their little dip, and I said, well, so what? Look at that, isn't that nice? Went down the H line, and okay, that was my surprise that it went down there, but it's okay. Stayed long, and this is where we are now. And theory suggests that we are going to some new highs. As we go to new highs, note if we just go straight up from here, then I'd probably look at this as being a possible EP pattern. Okay, and so making highs higher than here would be very likely. And yeah, and we'll have to see how that works out. As you know, when you have the EP pattern, you often get a significant reversal like you've got in the Canadian dollar, and sometimes you don't. So it's a matter of having a pretty good idea as to what's going to happen next. Okay, oink oink, here's the hogs. Okay. Okay, so here we can see the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and up we went, and now we are in this pattern here. If we go down to this 2P line here, which also happens to be kind of a 0-4 line, that would lead me to keep my eyes open for a possible turn here. Okay. Notice it says limit here, but I just put that in there as kind of something that's in outer space to trick the software into putting the chart up. Because when you with Thinkorswim, which is a product I use, when you put an order into something, even though it's way out in the stratosphere, it'll keep it up on your list of charts as if you are presently have a position in them. Okay, so that's what I'm doing to trick the software. See what else we have. Look at this. KC, K7. This is the coffee, and 149.65. Let's see where that is. That's about there. Okay, so this is one that, as you can see here, -1. I'm short, and the theory is that it'll continue going down for a bit of time. Here's your daily chart, and notice it's gone down to up to the R1 line. Okay. And to help you what I'm doing here, there's a new set of videos out that cover Andrews and combining Andrews and Elliott in a very straightforward manner. Just nothing fancy at all, but it seems to provide some interesting study material, interesting results. That's this one here, say sugar, no position in sugar, and notice that your 0.4 is, or might be, this line over here. Notice, and so if you do go, no, that would not be an R1. Yeah, if you go down here, this would be, here's your 0.4 line, here's your action, here's your reaction. So this might be an interesting place to reverse, but we just have to wait and see. Okay, because sometimes prices just like to plunge right through them. We have to wait and see that, and that's something that's out there. So right now, like I said, my position is long the British pound. Let's see what else. Canadian dollar short, still short, even though this might go up a ways. Okay. Mexican peso long. Okay. Gold long. Probably, maybe if we can eke out a move up to here somewhere, that would be interesting. Okay. And coffee on the short side, and we'll see how this works out. Okay, so I thank you for your time and see you next time.